m2 is nothing but m plus 20% of m. So how many men should be increased by how many percent? If you increase the men by 20%, you will get the job done in 5k days. 100 plus x, this is the selling price minus the cost price upon the cost price into 100%. Now this gets cancelled, 100 से 100 get cancelled, तो x is nothing but 20%. So the sum is 84. Directly लिखो और add कर दो. That is more than enough. यहाँ पे ज़्यादा दिमाग नहीं लगाना है कि ये सीरीज वो सीरीज है. Directly 28 terms are very few. तो directly लिखने का और add करने का. So because they introduced these courses initially, they had better designers, and because of which the cities are better designed. Hello everyone, welcome to PW OnlyIAS. I hope all of you are doing great. So first of all, I would like to wish you all a very happy new year. So this year is important for you guys, right? Most of you will have your first attempt, some of you will give your re-attempt. So I hope all of you qualify this year. Okay, keep working hard and the results will be in your favor, right? So today we will be solving a paper from 2024. In the last video we solved question paper from 2023 in which Quant was difficult. For the first time in CSAT the paper was difficult. Quant and reasoning all were of good level. 2024 was on the easier side in which some of the reading comprehension questions were good. Other than those, your quant and reasoning section were easier. So today what we will do is, instead of searching for the easier questions, we will solve the reasoning and quant questions on one go, one by one, and then we'll move to the reading comprehension. Okay, so let's start. The method is same. All of you have to solve along with me. Just keep the paper handy, right? Whenever I am discussing some question, pause the video, solve the question yourself, and then see the solution and the answer. Right, so let's start with this question first, question number 5. So here what we have to do is, what is the least possible number of cuts required to cut a cube into 64 identical pieces? So 64 identical pieces means when you needed least number of cuts, what you have to do is you have to multiply this, you have to divide these 64 into small cubes where you will get the least number of cuts. Now how to get the least number of cuts when you have divided this bigger cube into smaller cubes? Number of cuts are nothing but 1 less than the number of pieces on any edge. So here you have given 64 as 4 into 4 into 4. That means there are 4 pieces on one edge. Number of cuts will be 4 minus 1 plus 4 minus 1 plus 4 minus 1. 3 plus 3 plus 3. In the case of least number of cuts, we have to divide the bigger cube into smaller cubes, right? Here when you are dividing it into smaller cubes, you will get the number of cuts as 9. The answer for question number 5 is B. Let's move to the next question. In the expression 5 star, 4 star, 3 star, 2 star, 1 is chosen from positive negative multiply each at most 2 times. What is the smallest non-negative value of the expression? At most 2 times you can use any symbol. So let's start with 5, right? We need to minimize this. So first let me subtract 4. I can use subtract once more. So let me subtract once more. Now I have the value as minus 2. I can't have negative. So let me add 2. Now the value is 0. Least can be 0. What can I do with 2 and what should be the sign between 2 and 1? 1 left is positive. If we use positive, the value will become 1. If I use multiplication, this value becomes 0. The minimum possible value from these is 0. So the answer to question number 6 is option D, 0. Okay, understood. So we wanted to minimize the value. So we started with the negative signs. First we tried to maximize as much as possible, and then we tried to place the other symbols of positive and multiplication. So the answer to question number 6 is option D. Done. Let's move to the next. A certain number of men can complete a piece of work in 6 days, where k is a natural number. By what percentage should the number of men be increased so that the work be completed in 5 days? So basically m1 d1 equals to m2 d2. This is the basic formula. So first m1 is, suppose mn for 6k days equals to m2 into 5k. Now k and k gets cancelled. M2 is nothing but 1.2 m, right? M2 is nothing but m plus 20% of m, right? What is this? 1.1, 1.2 is nothing but 1 plus 0.2. 0 point is nothing but 20%. So M2 is nothing but m plus 20% of m. So how many men should be increased by how many percent? If you increase the men by 20%, you will get the job done in 5k days. Okay, chalo. This is also time work, right? There are XYZ can complete a piece of work in 6 hours, 8 hours and 8 hours respectively. However, one person at a time can work in each hour. Okay, and nobody can work for 2 consecutive hours. All are arranged to finish the work. So first of all, this is the table, LCM table बनाते हैं हम इस question के लिए, right? X, Y and Z. All of you can see this है ना? First of all, time is given to you as 6, 8, 8, right? Let the total work will be LCM of these two. So total work will 24 units, 24 units, 24 units. 24 units कहाँ से आए? LCM of 6 and 8 is 24. Units per hour, units per hour. Why? Because total work is 24, one is completing in 6, other is in 8, so 4 units per hour, 3 units and 3 units. Done. So these are the things. Now what is the condition? The condition given to you is no one can work for consecutive hours. So एक काम करेगा, फिर दूसरा करेगा, फिर तीसरा करेगा. So we need to finish the work in least amount of time. So we will start with X, right? So X will do the 4 units in 1 hour. Then Y, 3 units. Again we can use X, 4 units. We can use Y or Z. I will keep using Y, 3. ठीक है? फिर X, 4. फिर Y, 3. 7, 7, 21. So we have used 6 hours. This is 6 hours. 6 hours में 21 units. Right? 3 units are left. 3 units. Let X work on it. 3 units. X takes 1 hour for 4 units. For 3 units, X will take 45 minutes. We only have to do 3 units and X can do that 3 unit in 45 minutes. So basically total time is 6 hours and 45 minutes. Okay, the answer is option C. The answer to question number 8 is option C. Okay, so this is the most effective way to solve questions on time and work, where you need to use the LCM method to find the total work. LCM ले लो, उससे you will get the units per hour and from units per hour you can solve these questions. हमेशा सारे questions इसमें जो भी होते हैं इस तरीके से solve हो सकते हैं. Now, how many zeros are there at the end of the integer obtained in the? The number of zeros are made by 5 and 2. Number of zeros are made by 5 and 2. Here the expression is the number base, the power doubles, right? So here you can see there will be lots of 2. The number of 10 zeros will be dependent on number of 5. So 5 का क्या क्या parameters हैं यहाँ पे? 5 to the power 10, 10 to the power 20, 15 to the power 30, 20 to the power 40 and 25 to the power 50. Number of 5s from here will be 10, number of 5s from here will be 20, number of 5s from here will be 30, number of 5s from here will be 40 and number of 5s here will be 2 into 50. So these, if you calculate, these are 100 and these are 100. Total number of zeros from these expressions are these, because number of 2s, let me write it clearly, because number of 2s will be greater than number of 5s. That's why we are only checking number of 5s. So here the answer will be option D, which is 200, right? Simple questions. यहाँ पे कुछ ज़्यादा तामझाम था नहीं. 24 में all were simple, straightforward questions. See, a situation is given to you where on 1st of January someone is saving 1 rupees and then consecutively every day 2 rupees are increased. So first day it is 1, ठीक है, फर्स्ट पे 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Let me tell you all the things. First day he is saving 1. First day he is saving 1. Then 3 5 7 9 11 13 15 and 17. Let me count up to this point. 7 तक कितना है? So 4 9 16 16 और 9 25 25 26 36 39 49. So यहाँ तक we have 49. 49 plus 15 is 64. 64, this is 81, right? So the condition is at which end day was his total saving a perfect square and a perfect cube. So this is perfect square of 8 and perfect cube of 4. So the answer will be option B. The saving we needed to find should have been perfect square and perfect cube. It is on 8th of January. The total amount is 64. 64 is both a perfect square and a perfect cube. So the answer will be option B, right? So see, it's just been 10 minutes and we have solved 6 questions. Because the paper was easy. So let's continue and do at the same pace. We will solve the paper very quickly today, right? So let's see this. यहाँ पे दिख रहा है आप लोगों को question number 15, 2 2 2 to the power 3 3 3 and so on is divisible by which of the following? Now see, I can do this question by multiple things, right? एक इसको कर सकते हो common लेके भी. One thing can be this is odd to the power something, right? This even, so this will be even and odd to the power anything will be odd. If you add even and odd, you will go at odd. Now odd is not divisible by 2, not divisible by 2, not divisible by 2. The only option is this. Even if you don't know the factor of 1 1 1 which is needed to solve this question, you can solve this question directly. This addition sum cannot be divisible by 2 because this completely will fall into a odd number, right? So directly इसमें कुछ नहीं करना है. 2 2 2 to the power something is even. 3 3 3 to the power something is odd. Even plus odd is odd, right? 2 plus 3 is 5, right? तो वो odd होता है. तो the answer to this question is option B directly. ज़रा सोचने का इसमें कुछ है ही नहीं, है ना? It looks complicated but it is one of the easiest question. What percentage of water must be mixed with honey so as to gain 20% by selling the mixture at the cost price of honey? Suppose we have 100 gram या 100 ml honey, जो भी लेना है लेगो, ठीक है? honey, ठीक है? 100 units honey, ठीक है? 100 units honey plus x units water, ठीक है? तो total becomes 100 plus x units, right? Now profit percentage equals to 20% equals to 100 plus x. This is the selling price minus the cost price upon the cost price into 100%. Now this gets cancelled. 100 से 100 get cancelled. So x is nothing but 20%. If you add 20% of water to the solution, you will get the 20% profit. Simple है, कोई बड़ा काम नहीं है. Simple. When you add x amount units of water to the 100 units of honey, the selling price will become according to the new weight, which is 100 plus x. The cost price is 100. So that is difference we need is a gain of 20%. For that gain, we need to take x as 20% of the initial weight. That's it. Okay. Now, what is the rightmost value preceding the zeros? So basically, this problem will change to nothing but 3 to the power 30. Right? Now, how to check the unit digit? What we do is remove the factors of 4. So we need to find the remainder when 30 is divided by 4. This problem, because the cyclicity of 3 is, all of you know, is 4. 3 3s are 9, 9 3s are 27, 7 7 3s are 81 and 81 3 फिर वापस से 243. Unit digits repeat after 4 times, right? तो यहाँ पे the problem becomes 3 to the power 2, है ना? 3 to the power 2. Why? In such cases, when the cyclicity is 4, we divide the power by 4 and find the remainder. What is the remainder when 30 is divided by 4? It is 2. So the problem is nothing but 3 to the power 2, 9. The preceding number after the zeros is nothing but 9. Okay. Chalo. 421, 427 when divided by the same number leave the same remainder 1. How many numbers can be the divisor in order to get the same remainder? So in such cases, what we take is the difference of 427 and 421, which is 6. Now we need to find the numbers which divide these numbers and leave the remainder 1. So those can be the factors of 6. If you divide it by 6, एक तो 6 हो गया, ठीक है, इसको 2 से डिवाइड करोगे, इसको 3 से डिवाइड करोगे. There are three such numbers. When you divide it by 6, the remainder is 1. The remainder here will be 1. The remainder for 427 will be 1. 421 will be 1. If you divide it by 2, again 1, 1. If you divide it by 3, again 1 and 1. So you will get the remainder 1 from these two numbers when you divide it by the factors, common factors 6, 2 and 3. ठीक है? Okay, done. समझ में आ रहा है, I hope, right? So let's continue. Let's move to the next question. So a can X contains 399 liters of petrol and can Y contains 532 liters of diesel. They are to be bottled in equal sizes so that so that the whole of petrol and diesel would be separately bottled. The bottle capacity in terms of the liters is an integer. How many different bottle sizes are possible? So basically the common factors of these two will be the type of bottles you can use. तो देखो इनका क्या क्या common factors हो सकते हैं. So 399, first of all, let's write 399. 399 can be written as 3 into 133. I can see 133 is divisible by 7. ठीक है, 7 से this is divisible by 19. Done. 532. 532 is nothing but 4 into 7 into 19. So what are the possible common factors? 1 is possible common factor, 7 is possible common factor, 19 is common factor and 133 is common factor. These are the common factors of the numbers 399 and 532. So basically there are 4 bottle sizes. You can use 7. Maybe you can make the same bottles equal, not equal. Basically you can divide both the volumes in some bottle numbers. Then 19 also, then 1 also, then 133 also. There are 4 such. Okay, 19 done. Consider the following statement in respect to the sum x plus y plus z where x, y, z are distinct prime numbers less than 10. So let's first write down all the prime numbers less than 10. These 4 are there. We need at least 3, right? We need 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So how to take 3 out of 4? 4c 3, which is 4. So there are 4 possibilities. What are the 4 possibilities? 2 plus 3 plus 5. 2 plus 5 plus 7. 2 plus 3 plus 7. And 3 plus 5 plus 7. So what are the sums possible? 10. यहाँ पे 7, 5, 12, 2, 14. ठीक है? 12. And 7, 5, 12 and 15. So the unit digit of the sum can be 0, correct? The unit digit of the sum can not, this is 5. So 1 and 3. The answer is 1 and 3. 1 and 3. 1 and 3. Option C. 20 done. ठीक है? 20 questions. So अभी we have solved only 20 minutes में almost कितने 14 questions कर लिए होंगे, है ना? चलो let's move ahead. Keep on solving. थोड़ा easy paper है तो उसका फ़ायदा उठाते हैं. Right? So here same question again and again every year. I don't know what UPSC is trying to do here. So the pattern I can see because I can see B and B here. I can see B and B here, right? So इसीलिए I am trying a pattern. Suppose this is A, B, C, D, A, B, B, C, D, A, B, C, C, D and A, B, C, D, D. So A, C, D is one of the option C. So directly the answer to question number 24 is this. यहाँ पे this same pattern is used again and again every year. All of you remember these questions now, right? तो ये हो गया. चलो, 2 person P and Q entered into a business. P puts 14,000 more than Q. Suppose this is P and this is Q. Q puts amount Q. P puts Q plus 14,000. Okay. Now Q puts, P has invested for 8 months. P has invested for 8 months, Q have invested for 10 months. The ratio of these two, suppose P share is 400 more than Q share out of 2000. So 2000 ko we have to divide something like that the share of P is 400 more. So basically 800 and 1200 होगा, है ना? This is the ratio of the investment also. So let's divide and solve this equation. ठीक है? So इसको क्या कर सकते हो? 2:3 भी कर सकते हो directly. So this is Q plus 14,000 into 8 into 2 is 16 is equals to 30Q. ओके, सो इसको डिवाइड भी कर सकते हैं, 8 से कर देते हैं, इसको 15 कर देते हैं, तो 8Q प्लस 14,000 इंटू 8 इक्वल्स टू 15Q. यहाँ से सब्ट्रैक्ट होगा तो 7Q इक्वल्स टू 14,000 इंटू 8, 7 से ये गया 2000, तो Q इक्वल्स टू 16,000. Q इक्वल्स टू 16,000, तो P इक्वल्स टू क्या हो जाएगा? 16 प्लस 14 30,000. सिंपल पार्टनरशिप का क्वेश्चन. पार्टनरशिप में द रेशियो रिमेन सेम. प्रॉफिट मार्जिन जो होता है वो कैसे मिलता है? प्रॉफिट मार्जिन मिलता है हमको कि इन्वेस्टमेंट इनटू द नंबर ऑफ मंथ्स दे हैव इन्वेस्टेड, नंबर ऑफ टाइम, द अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम दे हैव इन्वेस्टेड फॉर, उसको मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं, उसका रेशियो लेते हैं, दैट गिव्स अस द रेशियो बिटवीन द प्रॉफिट. ओके, सो उसी से P इज, वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट दैट द कंट्रीब्यूशन कंट्रीब्यूटेड बाय P इज दिस A. Simple, straightforward, what we learn in the class, you have to do those here. ठीक है. चलो, P salaries is 20% lower than Q salary, which is 20% lower than R salary. So यहाँ पे मैं R को सैलरी ले लेता हूँ 100x. ठीक है. Now अभी Q salary is 20% less, तो 200x minus 20% of 100x, ये हो जाएगा 80x. Now P equals to 80x minus 20% of 80x, तो ये होता है 64x. So now we have to see how much is our salary more than P salary. तो we have to compare our salary with P. तो इसका जो परसेंटेज चेंज होता है वो कैसे निकालते हैं? ठीक है, यहाँ पे मैं सॉल्व कर देता हूँ. चेंज दिख रहा है सबको? So it will be R minus P upon P into 100%. So here we can see 100x minus 64x upon 64x into 100%. तो ये हो जाएगा x से x कट जाएगा हर जगह, 3600 अपॉन 64%. ये हो जाता है हमारा 56.25%. डिवाइड कर लेना, यही आएगा. ठीक है, डिवाइड करने पे यही आएगा 56.25%. Okay, the answer to this is this. Whenever you are comparing 3, you can start with the maximum. उससे कम करते जाओ 20%, या तो एक किसी बेस पे लेके बढ़ा भी सकते हो. Both will give you the same answer. इसमें ज़्यादा दिमाग लगाने का कुछ है नहीं. ठीक है, डन. सिंपल क्वेश्चन, जो बोला है वैसे वैसे करते जाओ. That's it. चलो नेक्स्ट चलते हैं. Okay, let me have some. So basically today I am not feeling well. So अगर my energy is down, please bear with me, right? Let's go. चलो. A number mistakenly divided by 4 instead of multiplying by 4, what is the percentage change? Let the initial number be 100. ठीक है, तो एक क्या करना था, इसको 4 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया. हमको करना क्या था, नंबर वो मिस्टेकली डिवाइडेड बाय 4, तो ये क्या बना दिया हमने 25. हमको चाहिए था क्या, 400. व्हाट इज द परसेंटेज चेंज इन द रिजल्ट ड्यू टू दिस मिस्टेक? व्हाट इज द परसेंटेज चेंज बिकॉज ऑफ दिस मिस्टेक? तो बेसिकली परसेंटेज चेंज इज इक्वल्स टू 400 minus 25 upon 400 into 100%. ठीक है, so this is nothing but your 375 by 4%. तो आप ये देखोगे 93.75%. कंपेयर किससे करोगे, जो एक्चुअली होना था उससे, ना कि 25 से कर देना, गड़बड़ हो जाएगी. बेस में 400 आएगा ना, हम जो सही चाहते थे उससे कितना दूर है हमको ये पता करना है. ओके, तो वो इसी तरीके से पता होगा, और कोई इसका तरीका है नहीं, राइट. In an examination 80% of the student passed in English, 15% failed in both, 70%. तो इसके लिए तो वेन डायग्राम बनाना होता है हमको, वेन डायग्राम बनाते हैं। चलो ठीक है, दिस इज दी रेक्टेंगल जहाँ पे सपोज परसेंटेज में एवरीथिंग इज इन परसेंटेज, तो लेट मी टेक 100 में 15% फेल्ड इन बोथ, यहाँ पे सम स्टूडेंट पास्ड इन इंग्लिश, तो यहाँ पे इंग्लिश लिख देते हैं, सम स्टूडेंट पास्ड इन हिंदी, तो यहाँ पे हिंदी लिख देते हैं। नाउ what is given to you, this is x plus y and z, so they have given you x plus y equals to 80, y plus z equals to 70. If I add these, तो x plus y plus z plus y equals to 150. ठीक है, यहाँ से 15 plus x plus y 15, देखो चलो इसको यहाँ और पे लिख देता हूँ, दिख रहा है सबको? So यहाँ पे we can write 15 plus x plus y plus z equals to 100. तो x plus y plus z equals to 85. तो यहाँ पे 85 डाल देता हूँ मैं, यहाँ पे 85 डाल देता हूँ, तो 85 plus y equals to 150. So यहाँ से y equals to कितना आ गया? 65. y equals to 65, x equals to 15 and z equals to 5. Now what they are taking, what is the percentage of students who failed in one subject? Failed in one subject are passed in one subject also. Passed in one subject also. So passed in one subject are x and z. 15 plus 5 कितना? 20%. Plus z 20%. Then easy enough. Okay. चलो ये मेरे फेवरेट क्वेश्चन है। व्हाट आर दी फेवरेट क्वेश्चंस? एज वाले, बिकॉज हियर यू जस्ट हैव टू मेक द इक्वेशन और क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हो जाता है, कुछ ज्यादा तामझाम नहीं। अ फादर सेड टू हिज सन n years back I was, तो n years back father was f minus n years back I was as old as you are now, let the present age of father is f, so n years back he was f minus n, present age of son is s. My present age is 4 times your age n years back, ये बोला सेकेंड, और क्या बोला? f प्लस एस इक्वल्स टू 130. तो मैं क्या करूँगा, यहाँ से n रिप्लेस करूँगा, तो f इक्वल्स टू 4 स्मॉल s माइनस n को क्या लिख सकता हूँ मैं? f माइनस s लिख सकता हूँ, f माइनस s, ठीक है। सो दिस इज नथिंग बट f इक्वल्स टू 8s minus 4f. From this I will get 5f equals to 8s. ठीक है, नाउ इसको मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ? मल्टीप्लाई विथ 5 कर सकता हूँ, तो ये हो जाएगा 5f प्लस 5s इक्वल्स टू 650. नाउ 5f को यहाँ रखो, 8s प्लस 5s इक्वल्स टू 650, 13s इक्वल्स टू 650, s इक्वल्स टू 50, s इक्वल्स टू 50, तो ये रिलेशन से क्या हो जाएगा? f इक्वल्स टू 80, f माइनस s, 80 माइनस 50 इक्वल्स टू 30, इक्वल्स टू 30 ईयर्स। 29 डन, ठीक है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं होनी चाहिए, इजी क्वेश्चन है एक्चुअली। ओके, नाउ कंसिडर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स, क्या क्या दे रखा है ये सारे आपको याद होने चाहिए, ठीक है। यूनिट्स, 1 मीटर क्यूब इज 1000 liters, right? 1 metric ton, 1 ton is 1000 kg, correct? 1 hectare is 10,000 meters square, correct? All are correct. Recently UPSC has started these types of questions where they are using the units, they are asking about units. So very simple question. So I can see it's been 30 minutes and we have already solved reasoning and quant question up to 30. That's why I'm telling you the paper was easy in 2024. चलो let's do next. ठीक है, इसको करते हैं, इसको ट्राई करें। चलिए, लेट x बी अ 2-digit नंबर एंड y बी another 2-digit नंबर फॉर्म्ड बाय इंटरचेंजिंग द डिजिट्स ऑफ x. इफ x प्लस y इज ग्रेटेस्ट 2-digit नंबर देन पॉसिबल नंबर्स ऑफ x। ठीक है, चलो, तो देयर इज अ 2-digit नंबर ए बी, ठीक है। इफ यू रिवर्स इट यू विल गेट द अदर नंबर and addition of these is the highest greatest 2-digit number, which is 99. So I can write it as 10a plus b plus 10b plus a equals to 99. From here 11a plus b equals to 99. A plus b equals to 9. A plus b equals to 9. So what are the possible numbers? Let this be x, let this be y. So x can be 18 हो सकता है, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72 and 81. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 such numbers which are possible from the given condition. We found out the condition between the digits of the given number. We got as a plus b equals to 9. Now what are the possible numbers? By reversing which we get the number and the sum is equals to 99. The condition is satisfied in all these numbers. 8 numbers को अगर reverse करके add करोगे, you will get the sum as 99. Okay, very easy question actually. ज़्यादा तामझाम नहीं किया था इस बार नंबर सिस्टम का, नहीं तो हर बार नंबर सिस्टम में बहुत अच्छे क्वेश्चन होते हैं. ओके, weight of 6 boys equals to weight of 7 girls. ठीक है, if the average weight of woman is this, तो हमको we want to find the average weight of boys. So यहाँ पे we will just take these two, weight of 6 boys, weight of 4 women, right? Average weight, boy average into 6 equals to woman average into 4, right? So boy average is equals to woman average into 4 by 5, 9, 4 by 6, sorry. So for woman average is given to us 63, 63, 1, 4 by 6. 3 say this is 22, this is 2, this is 2. So 21 into 2 is 42 kg. The average weight of the boys is 42 kg. Answer is B. 36 का option B. Done. को यहाँ directly दिख रहा है 40. चलो आगे करते हैं पहले. How many times the hour hand and the minute hand coincide in the clock from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.? So you should know the exception, right? So 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. it happens once. The exception is 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. it will only happen once. Exactly at 12. It doesn't happen in 2 times. 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. it happens once. So basically it will happen 3 times. 37. Answer is option A. It will happen 3 times. The calendar of the year 225. 225 is a leap year plus 1 year type, right? So it will repeat after plus 6 years. The formula, everyone should remember this. Whenever it is leap year plus 1, it is plus 6. Leap year plus 2 and leap year plus 3, it repeats after 11 years. So here we just have to add, here we just have to add plus 6. The calendar will repeat in 2031. कुछ नहीं करना. All these things you should remember. ठीक है? So यहाँ पे you can directly see that the calendar will repeat in 2031. Okay? यहाँ पे देखो क्या बोल रहा है. There are some numbers P, Q, R, S. P and Q are odd. R and S be even. So this multiplication will be even. So here we are multiplying with a even number. So this completely will be even, correct? Here also we are multiplying with a even number. The complete multiplication will be even, correct? Q plus R. Q is odd. R is even. Q plus R. This is odd. So this is odd into odd. Okay. P plus S is also odd. So odd into odd is odd. So this is also correct. चेक ही नहीं करना है, कुछ वैल्यू रख के देख लो. ये भी खत्म. ऑप्शन डी 39. Okay. 40. What is the angle between the minute hand and the hour hand when the clock shows itna? So theta equals to 11 by 2m minus 30h. Okay, here the minute hand is ahead of the hour hand, that's why I am using this formula directly. So यहाँ पे theta क्या आ जाएगा? 11 by 2 into 25 minus 30 into 4. Now this is nothing but 5. 275 by 2 minus 120. 275 by 2 is 137.5 minus 120. The angle is nothing but 17.5 degree. 40 का ऑप्शन सी. ठीक है, सिंपल क्वेश्चन है. जस्ट इफ यू न्यू बेसिक्स, उस दिन तो बहुत आसानी से 24 में उन्होंने 23 को ओवर कंपनसेट करके इजी क्वेश्चन दे दिया आपको, बहुत ज़्यादा. ओके राइट, चलो लेट्स कंटिन्यू. ओके, जस्ट गिव मी अ सेकेंड. चलो let's continue, right? So let's move to the next part. We have seen up to यहाँ पे 40 तक हमने क्वांट एंड रीजनिंग कर लिया है. लेट्स सी दिस. सो क्वेश्चन नंबर 45 है ना. हम ना क्वेश्चन नंबर 45 इज अबाउट काउंटिंग. So we have to what is the number of fives used on numbering a 260 page book. Now this is a good question. लेकिन कैसे हो सकता है? एक तो पेज नंबर 5 only one digit, only one digit 5, तो 1 times, right? Now two digit number में when suppose 5 जहाँ पे यूज हो रहा है, if you there are two places है ना, so you can fix one. If you fix 5 here, second में you will fix 5 the end. Now यहाँ पे there are 10 possibilities and यहाँ पे there are 9. Why? Because 9 में 0 can't be there. 1 2 3 4 5 6 all will be there, तो 9. 3 digit number from 100 to 199. ठीक है. So यहाँ पे 1 is fixed, once 5 will be fixed here, फिर दूसरे में 1 is fixed here, दूसरे में 5 will be fixed here. So यहाँ से 10 ways and यहाँ से 10 ways. ठीक है. यहाँ से भी 10 ways, यहाँ से भी 10 ways, तो 20 ये हो गए, राइट. ठीक है. फिर from 200 to 260, जब यहाँ पे 2 को फिक्स करोगे पहले एंड यू फिक्स 5 here, so you will have 10 ways here. When you fix 2 here and you fix 5 here, you will have how many here? यहाँ पे you can have 0 1 2 3 4 and 5, 6, not more than 6. So if you see the total, this is 20 20 40 50 and 56. There are 56 fives in these cases, you see. ठीक है. I am switching this solution to this side थोड़ा सा so that I can solve more. ठीक है. The solution to 45 is this. Now here देखो, you need to go to 28 terms. यहाँ पे ज़्यादा दिमाग लगाने के बजाय क्या करना चाहिए, सीधा सीधा सारी टर्म्स लिख लो. सो यहाँ पे आई एम राइटिंग जितने भी लिख सकता हूँ 7 7 में जैसे भी डिवाइड कर लेते. जैसे 3 2 1 मेरे को दिख रहा है, 3 2 1, फिर 4 3 2 1, फिर 5 4 3 2 1, फिर 6 5 4 3 2 1. डोंट फॉरगेट यहाँ पे पहले 2 1 है, ठीक है, और यहाँ पे 1 and 1 है. फिर यहाँ पे आप कर लो 7 6 5 4 4 3 2. इतने टोटल टर्म्स हो गए. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28. तो 28 हो गए. 1 2 3 4 5 6 6 4 10 10 15 15 और 6 21 और 7. तो यहाँ तक 7 प्लस 12 प्लस 15 प्लस 16 प्लस 15 प्लस 12 प्लस 7. ऐड करो कितना होता है ये. तो यहाँ पे 12 प्लस 19 19 और 5 24 34 प्लस यहाँ पे 31, फिर 19 40 50 50 80 84. तो द सम इज 84. डायरेक्टली लिखो और ऐड कर दो. दैट इज मोर देन इनफ. यहाँ पे ज़्यादा दिमाग नहीं लगाना है कि ये सीरीज वो सीरीज है. डायरेक्टली 28 टर्म्स आर वेरी फ्यू, तो डायरेक्टली लिखने का और ऐड करने का है ना. ठीक है. चलो. अ पर्सन बाइज 3 आर्टिकल्स पी क्यू आर. पी कॉस्ट 25 मोर देन आर, आर कॉस्ट 24% मोर देन क्यू. सो सपोज क्यू इज 100x. ठीक है. तो आर इज 20% मोर देन क्यू, तो ये हो गया 120x. एंड P इज 25%, तो ये हो जाएगा 150x. नाउ 100x प्लस 120x प्लस 150x इज इक्वल्स टू 3330. इफ यू एड ऑल दीज 370x equals to 3330. So this is done. This is 37x equals to 3 into 111. 111 is nothing but 3 into 37. This got cancelled, so x equals to 9. We need to find value of what? We need to find value of p. P is 150x, which is 150 into 9, which is 90545 4 1350. So answer is option D. 47 का आंसर इज ऑप्शन डी। ओके, चलो नेक्स्ट। इफ द सम ऑफ टू डिजिट नंबर ए बी and CD is the number 1CE, that means AB plus CD is 1CE, ठीक है। What is the possible value of A? So C, अगर C आ रहा है that means unit digit is same. Whenever you add C to 10 then you will get the unit digit as C, right? Now A can't be 10, so that means there will be a carryover, maximum carryover can be 1, ठीक है। So यहाँ पे you can see that A plus A1 plus A plus C equals to 10 plus C, right? C and C get cancelled, this get cancelled, so A equals to 9. A has to be 9 and there has to be one carryover over A and C. That's the only case when you can get C and C. नहीं तो यूनिट डिजिट सेम नहीं होंगी। ओनली पॉसिबल ऑफ वैल्यू ऑफ ए इज 9। डन, ओनली पॉसिबल वैल्यू ऑफ ए इज 9। ओके, डन। 3 numbers x, y, z are selected from the set of first 7 natural numbers such that first 7 natural numbers. First, let's write these first 7 natural numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, now such that x, 2y, z, how many of such are possible, ठीक है। So minimum 3z, the minimum value can be 3, ठीक है। इसकी x, 2y and 3z, minimum value can be 3, maximum value can be 7. In between you can find multiple of 2 and y, 2y, so multiple can be 2 नहीं हो सकता, 4 होना चाहिए, और it can be 6. जब यहाँ पे 6 होगा, here we can have 4, here we can have 3, no other possibility. There are how many triplets possible? कितने triplets possible है यहाँ पे? देखो यहाँ पे कितने है ना, 1 2 3 तो आई कैन सी, और कुछ है क्या? जैसे 6 4 3, ठीक है, 3, एक ये भी हो सकता है। तो एक्स वाई जेड की क्या क्या पॉसिबिलिटी है? एक्स वाई जेड की पॉसिबिलिटी है 7, y की पॉसिबिलिटी है 3, z की है 1, 7 3 1, 7 2 1, then 6 2 1 and then 5 2 1. There are 4 triplets possible of x y z for which this condition is satisfied. ठीक है, 49 के there are 4 triplets. आपको you can put the value of x y z and you will find that this inequality is satisfied. Done? Okay, चलो। The total cost of 4 oranges plus 6 mangoes, 8 apples is equal to twice the total of orange plus 2 mango plus 5 apple. ये दिया है, सॉल्व करो। 4 orange plus 6 mango plus 8 apple equals to 2 orange plus 4 mango plus 10 apple. 10 apple के लिए वहाँ पे ले जाओ, 2 orange इधर, तो 2 orange equals to 2 orange plus 2 mango, 2 orange plus 2 mango equals to 2 apple. So apple equals to mango plus orange is the relation here. The total cost of orange and 1 mango is equal to the cost of apple. This is correct. फर्स्ट वाले को चेक करते हैं, फर्स्ट वाला स्टेटमेंट, लेट्स चेक। द टोटल कॉस्ट ऑफ 3 oranges, 5 mangoes and 9 apple equal to 4 orange plus 6 mango plus 8 apple. तो अगेन यहाँ पे एप्पल बच जाएगा, इस साइड उधर जाएगा तो मैंगो एंड ऑरेंज, तो ऑरेंज प्लस मैंगो, दिस इज द सेम रिलेशनशिप, दिस इज ऑल्सो करेक्ट, बोथ आर करेक्ट, बोथ 1 and 2 आर करेक्ट, बोथ 1 and 2 आर करेक्ट। सो यहाँ पे वी हैव सॉल्व अप टू 50, जहाँ पे वी हैव सॉल्व ऑल दी रीजनिंग एंड क्वांट क्वेश्चन। चलो नेक्स्ट, ठीक है, ये क्वेश्चन दिख रहा है सबको, 30 to the power 5 plus 2 to the power 27। तो देखो, यू कैन राइट दिस एज ऑल्सो 5 to the सॉरी 2 to the power 5 की पावर 5 प्लस 2 to the power 27 ना, तो यहाँ पे दिस कैन बी रिटन 2 to the power 25 प्लस 2 to the power 27. 2 to the power 25 को अगर कॉमन ले लेते हो तो दिस विल बिकम 1 प्लस 2 to the power 2 विच इज 4. ठीक है, तो दिस बिकम्स 2 to the power 25 इंटू 1 plus 4 is 5. ठीक है, so we can write it as 2 to the power 24 into 2 into 5 is 10. So this number is divisible by actually 10. So answer is option C. इसको ट्रांसफॉर्म करना है into something which is divisible by 10. Okay, simple question है actually, कुछ भी नहीं है उसमें. 2 to 32 can be written as 2 to the power 5. 2 to the power 5 can be written as 2 to the power 5 to the power 5, which is 2 to the power 25. If you take 2 to the power 25 common, and one place it becomes 1, other place 2 to the power 2, 4 plus 1 is 5. ठीक है, 5 into 2 is 10. So basically the number is divisible by 10, right? Let P and Q be positive integers satisfying P should be less than Q and P plus Q equals to K. What is the smallest value of K for which we do not determine P and Q uniquely? So देखो, smallest value K can't be, K cannot be 0, K cannot be 1, right? Positive integers, because P and Q are positive integers. K cannot be 2 also. Why? Because P and Q has to be unique. So K equals to 3, P plus Q. From here P equals to 1, Q equals to 2. ये क्या? K equals to 4, P plus Q. यहाँ से P will be 1, Q will be 3. Now K equals to 5 equals to P plus Q. यहाँ पे दो possibility है, P equals to 1, Q equals to 4, और P equals to 2, Q equals to 3. Right? So here we can't determine P and Q uniquely. For which value? K equals to 5. K equals to 5, we can't find individual value of P and Q. So the answer will be option C. Option C, 5. Okay, for 5 we can't identify P and Q uniquely. Uniquely mean we only have to find P and Q as a single unit. एक ही आंसर आना चाहिए, उसके मल्टीपल आंसर पॉसिबल नहीं है. Here it is possible जो हम सॉल्व कर रहे हैं. ओके, चलो लेट्स सी. चलो यहाँ पे हाउस ले लो. इन सच क्वेश्चंस यू कैन स्टार्ट इन एनी डायरेक्शन. ठीक है, लकी हो गए तो चलेगा, तो यू कैन गो straight 100, then he takes a left turn, and walks 100, then he takes a left turn है, गलत ले लिया. Left and walks 100, then he takes again left and walks 300, then he takes a right and walks 100. Okay, he reaches his office, right? Now this is given to you. In which direction does he walk initially from his house if his office is directly in northeast? This is northeast. ठीक है, our major directions are northeast हो गया, north हो गया, east हो गया, west हो गया, south हो गया. Initial direction was this, so initially we moved in south. Luckily we found out that alignment था. अगर alignment नहीं हो तो you can do one thing, you can realign. If alignment is not there, you find northeast in some other direction, what you need to do is align this with the question. And you will get the answer every time. Here the answer is option C, south. Done. ठीक है, इसमें बहुत लोग कंफ्यूज होते हैं, टीचर्स कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं, तो इसमें बच्चे हो सकते हैं. ठीक है, चलो यहाँ पे देखते हैं. A person walks 100 meter westward, then he turns left and walks 100 meters here, right? Now he then takes a 255 turn clockwise. Now the best way to see the clockwise turn is this: north, south, west, east. ठीक है, you are facing this direction, 225. So 225 clockwise, you do this, you will somewhere see like this, northeast. Now 225, whenever you need to rotate clockwise 225, rotate here, rotate in this one, you will not get confused. So now after rotation he will be facing which direction? Northeast. In which direction is he walking now? Northeast. Answer is option D. Okay, right? Chalo. Statement is followed by two conclusion. Statement is India is world's largest producer of milk. Okay. Conclusion, India is the world's largest exporter. There is no talk of export. So conclusion is incorrect. India does not import milk, though there is milk, sorry. So there is no talk of import also. So we can't comment on export and import. So we can't conclude these also. Right? So neither one nor two. Option D is the answer for this. Simple. जो कंक्लूड कर सकते हैं वो पैसेज में दिया होना चाहिए मतलब हिंट तो होनी चाहिए कम से कम, अगर नहीं है तो वी कांट कंक्लूड इट. सो हियर डी इज द करेक्ट आंसर. डन. चलो लेट्स ट्राई टू सॉल्व क्वेश्चन नंबर 59. क्या बोल रहा है भाई 59? थोड़ा सा लंबा सा दिखा रखा है. So what is the value of m and n where m and n are natural numbers? This is the question. Data sufficiency mein we need to answer the question uniquely by using the statement. The first statement they have given is m plus n is greater than mn. ठीक है, m plus n is greater than mn and m is greater than n. So if you see this inequality, ठीक है, if you take n equals to 1, you can take m equals to 2. ठीक है, if you take n equals to 1, you can take m equals to 3 and so on. N can't take value other than 1. ठीक है, इसमें स्टेटमेंट 1 में. Why? अगर लेट्स सी टेक n equals to 2, m equals to 3, n plus m equals to 5. 5 is not greater than 3 into 2, 6 है ना, वो नहीं हो पाएगा. इसीलिए n has to be 1, m कुछ भी हो सकता है, तब ये सेटिस्फाई होगी. द प्रोडक्ट ऑफ m and n is 24. तो m क्रॉस n, यहां से m और n की वैल्यू आ सकती है 1 24, 2 12, 3 8, 4 6, 6 4, 8 3, 12 2 and 24 1 है ना. यहां से भी we will get many values. One of the values will be n equals to 1 and m equals to 24. If you see here n is 1 only at one place, and here n is 1 everywhere, but m is 24 at one place. So by combining these two, you can say n equals to 1 and m equals to 24. Only a unique solution for m and n natural numbers. By combining these two sentences, you can tell me the value of m and n. So the answer to this question is, the question can be answered by using both the statement together, but cannot be answered by using either statement alone. But by combining both these statements, you can say n equals to 1 and m equals to 24. Okay? चलो यहाँ पे क्या देखो, क्या दिया हुआ है स्टेटमेंट. क्वेश्चन पूछे व्हाट इज द टाइम रिक्वायर्ड टू डाउनलोड द सॉफ्टवेयर. स्टेटमेंट 1 में साइज ऑफ द सॉफ्टवेयर इज गिवन. स्टेटमेंट 2 में ट्रांसफर रेट इज गिवन. इफ ट्रांसफर रेट इज गिवन, सॉफ्टवेयर की साइज इज गिवन, तो टाइम कैन बी कैलकुलेटेड इफ यू यूज बोथ. तो यहाँ पे कुछ करने की भी जरूरत नहीं था. क्वेश्चन कैन बी आंसर्ड बाय यूजिंग बोथ स्टेटमेंट टुगेदर, बट कैन नॉट बी आंसर्ड बाय यूजिंग ईदर स्टेटमेंट अलोन. क्योंकि रेट टाइम पता करने के लिए यू नीड द टोटल डेटा पैकेट. टोटल डेटा पैकेट पता है और उसके बाद उसका रेट ऑफ ट्रांसफर भी पता है. तो यू विल नो हाउ मच टाइम इट विल टेक. ओके, डन. वी हैव सॉल्व्ड अप टू क्वेश्चन नंबर 60, जहाँ पे रीजनिंग और क्वांट के हमने कर लिए. इट इज गोइंग टू बी एन आवर, जहाँ पे हमने कर लिया अभी बहुत सारा पेपर. ठीक है, अब रीडिंग कॉम्प्रिहेंशन बचेगा. आई थिंक आज तो हम 2 घंटे में पेपर कर सकते हैं. लेट्स सी, इजी क्वेश्चन पेपर है. लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट पार्ट. सपोज कहाँ से करेंगे हम? क्वेश्चन नंबर 64 से स्टार्ट करते हैं. ठीक है, चलो लेट्स सी क्वेश्चन नंबर 64 नाउ. ओके, सो 64 में दे आर सेइंग अगेन डेटा सफिशिएंसी के क्वेश्चंस वर गुड इन पेपर ऑफ 24, राइट. सो अ क्वेश्चन इज फॉलोड बाय 2 statements. What are the unique values of x and y where x and y are distinct natural numbers? Distinct natural numbers given to us. X by y is odd and x into y is 12. So x into y is 12 can be 1 12. Okay, then 2 6, then 3 4 4 3 6 2 and 12, 1. Many possible of xy. xy can be odd, can be many values. 9 by 3, ठीक है, 12 by 4, ठीक है, 6 by 2, right? But if you see x by y is odd is only in one place. X by y is odd is only in one place, here and here. Okay. If we combine these two, we will get x equals to 6 and y equals to 2 only. So if we combine these two, we can get to the answer. ठीक है, नहीं तो नहीं होगा. ठीक है, the answer to the question 64 is C. Right? यहाँ पे question C, a certain amount was distributed among x, y, z. Who received the least amount? So x received 4 by 5 y plus z. एंड स्टेटमेंट 1 से बोल रहा है, एंड स्टेटमेंट 2 से बोल रहा है y इज इक्वल्स टू, यहां पे क्या बोल रहा है, हु रिसीव्ड द लीस्ट अमाउंट, है ना. तो क्या करेंगे, यहां पे दूसरा क्या स्टेटमेंट बोल रहा है, स्टेटमेंट y इक्वल्स टू 2/7 x प्लस z, राइट. तो यहाँ पे अभी इक्वेशंस बनानी पड़ेंगी और चेक करना पड़ेगा, रेशो पता करना है, जैसे भी रेशो कैसे भी करके पता करना है. ओके, तो देर आर मल्टीपल वेज. रेशो कैसे पता कर सकते हैं, यहाँ पे इफ आई राइट दिस x अपॉन y प्लस जेड इक्वल्स टू 4/5, और इस स्टेटमेंट को इफ आई राइट y अपॉन क्या लिख सकता हूँ, x प्लस जेड इक्वल्स टू 2/7, है ना. इसको कन्वर्ट करने के मल्टीपल तरीके होते हैं. सपोज मैं x इक्वल्स टू 4 नीचे ऐड कर दूं, कैसे, दिस रेशियो कैन बी रिटर्न एज x बाय x प्लस y प्लस z इक्वल्स टू 4/9. ठीक है, यहाँ पे वी कैन राइट y बाय x प्लस y प्लस z इक्वल्स टू 2/9. If I take this ratio, total is 9, x is 4, y is 2, so z equals to 3. Least is y, right? Ratios के मैं बात कर रहा हूँ मैं, not solving the exact value, I am doing the ratios. So these will be x, y, z will be in the ratio of 4:2:3. So if we combine the information of both the statements, we can find out who gets the least amount. Who gets the least amount? Y. ठीक है, these are ratios property. Suppose x upon y plus z equals to 4/5, so you can write x upon x plus y plus z equals to 4/9. कैसे, 4 ऐड कर दिया, x is added on the denominator, यहाँ पे भी दोनों जगह y ऐड कर दिया, तो we can get this. Done. चलो next. If the average marks in a class are 60, then what is the number of the student in the class? Statement, the highest marks and lowest marks are these. highest और lowest से number of students मिलेंगे क्या, नहीं. Exclusion of highest and lowest marks from the class does not change the average. इसी से भी number of people मिलेंगे क्या, नहीं. ठीक है, तो इससे भी नहीं मिलेंगे. तो the question cannot be answered using by both statement together. क्यों, सेकेंड वाला करके भी दिखा देता हूँ. So suppose total average given is 60, ठीक है, 60. आपका जो नंबर ऑफ पीपल थे, सपोज x नंबर ऑफ पीपल थे, इंटू 60 इज द टोटल, -70 करोगे, -50 करोगे, अपॉन एवरेज में x -2 करोगे. सो 60 इंटू x -2 इज 120, और यहाँ पे क्या हो गया, 60s - 120. यू कांट फाइंड x. ठीक है, सो इससे भी नहीं होगा. सो द आंसर इज ऑप्शन डी. ओके, नेक्स्ट देखते हैं. देयर आर 3 डिस्टिंक्ट प्राइम नंबर्स हुज सम इज अ प्राइम नंबर. What are those numbers? Their sum is less than 23. Their sum is less than 23. तो स्टेटमेंट 1 चेक करते हैं. हाउ मेनी प्राइम नंबर्स आर 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19. लेस देन 23 प्राइम नंबर होना चाहिए. 2 + 3 + 5 10, 2 + 3 + 7 12. You can't have prime number. 2 + 3 + 11 14 15 16 नहीं होगा. सो 2 के साथ तो नहीं होगा क्योंकि बाकी दो ऐड है. वी हैव टू सी 3 + 5 + 7 5 8 + 15 नहीं है. ठीक है. 3 + 5 + 11 18 + 3. So 3 + 5 + 11 3 + 5 + 11 is 19. यहाँ पे हमको मिल रहे हैं 3 नंबर. और कुछ पॉसिबल है? नथिंग एल्स इज पॉसिबल. फ्रॉम दिस ओनली यू कैन टेल. सपोज फ्रॉम 23 द सम इज लेस देन 23. बाकी और कोई प्राइम नंबर बन सकता है कि 23 से वी कैन गेट द सम ऑफ 13. तो 3 + 5 + 7 ऑलरेडी कितना हो जाता है? 15. सो 17 एंड 19 बन नहीं सकता. So only possible is 19. You can answer this question from the statement 1 only. The three prime numbers we need are 3, 5 and 11. 3, 5 and 11. The question can be answered by using one of the statement alone. Statement 2 भी check कर लेते हैं. One of the numbers is 5. तो one of the number is 5 में 3 + 5 + 11 भी हो सकता है. 23 के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? 3 + 5 + 13 भी हो सकता है ना? ना 13 नहीं, 17. 18 5 23. 5 + 7 + 11 भी हो सकता है. 5 + 7 + 11 भी मल्टीपल पॉसिबिलिटी हो जाएगी. 5 + 7 + 11 भी हो सकता है. राइट. दिस इज पॉसिबल. दिस इज ऑल्सो पॉसिबल. इसीलिए नॉट थ्रू दिस फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट अलोन कैन यू कैन आंसर. यहाँ पे क्या बोल रहा है? इज x + y एन इंटीजर. यहाँ पे 2x + y इज एन इंटीजर. x + 2y इज इंटीजर. 2x + y as integer and x + 2y is integer. If I add these two, 3x + 3y equals to integer. So x + y equals to integer upon 3. Can be or cannot be an integer. ठीक है. Because this value can be or cannot be integer. Both are possible. So the question cannot be answered by using both the statements together. You can't tell me with surety that if this is an integer or not. Okay, इसीलिए 68 का आंसर is D. Let's move to the next question. ठीक है. यहाँ पे a person buys article PQR 50. The price of article Q is this. तो P + 16 + R equals to 50. So यहाँ से बचा P + R equals to 34. What is the price of article P? The cost of P is not more than R. That means less than equal to R. The cost of R is not more than, so R is less than equal to P. If we combine these two, the only value is P equals to R. If P equals to R यहाँ पे डाला तो P equals to R equals to 17. So you can answer this question. Simple है. When you combine both the statements together, when you combine the question, sorry. The question can be answered. The value of P is 17 when both the statements are combined. So answer to the question number 69 is option C. The question can be answered by using both the statements together but cannot be answered using either statement alone. Okay, done. चलो last देखते हैं. PQRS appeared in a test. P has scored more marks than Q. The question is, statement 1 क्या बोल रहा है? स्टेटमेंट 1 कुछ बोल रहा है, वो देख लेते हैं. द सम ऑफ द मार्क्स ऑफ P + S इज मोर देन द सम ऑफ Q + R. ठीक है. हमको P स्कोर्ड मोर मार्क्स देन Q पता करना है. ये तो स्टेटमेंट 2 है. स्टेटमेंट 1 क्या है? P एंड Q, P + Q इज इक्वल टू R + S. So इससे P minus S equals to R minus Q. We can add equations. So this will become 2P is greater than 2R. So P is greater than R मिल रहा है. अगर combine भी करता हूँ तो can't compare P and Q. Can't compare P and Q. So the answer क्या हो जाएगा? Question cannot be answered by using both the statements together. 70 का ऑप्शन हो गया D. Because यू कैन फ्रॉम द इक्वेशंस आपको जो रिलेशनशिप मिलेगा ना इनइक्वालिटी चेंज करने के बाद भी पी और आर में मिलेगा, यू कांट फाइंड पी और क्यू में कुछ भी। देख लो यहाँ पे ओनली पॉसिबल जो ऑप्शन था पी एंड क्यू, इसको एलिमिनेट करने के लिए और क्या कर सकता था, सबट्रैक्ट करूँ क्या, तब भी कुछ नहीं होगा, एस माइनस क्यू हो जाएगा, उधर क्यू माइनस एस हो जाएगा, एस और क्यू में आएगा रिलेशन, पी और आर में आ गया है, पी और क्यू में नहीं आएगा, पी और क्यू में कोई रिलेशन नहीं आएगा। डन, 70 तक डन। लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट पार्ट, देख लेते हैं। चलो यहाँ पे क्या दिया है 74। A main statement is followed by 4 statements labeled PQR. Choose the ordered pair. Ordered pair मतलब in order. P पहले है Q बाद में, तो P पहले पढ़ना है Q बाद में पढ़ना है. That is ordered pair statement where the first statement implied the second and the two statements are logically consistent with the main statement. Pradeep becomes either a director or a producer. Pradeep becomes either a director or a producer is the main statement. हम दोनों इन दोनों में से एक बनना चाहिए. तो इन दी ऑप्शन दे हैव गिवन यू एस एंड पी, एस एंड पी, सो एस पे जाएंगे फिर पी पे. प्रदीप इज नॉट अ प्रोड्यूसर, दैट मीन्स प्रदीप इज अ डायरेक्टर, एस एंड क्यू इज करेक्ट, एस पी इज करेक्ट. फिर आर क्यू, आर से क्यू पे जाएंगे. प्रदीप इज नॉट अ डायरेक्टर, दैट मीन्स प्रदीप इज अ प्रोड्यूसर, इन बोथ द थिंग्स, इसमें भी और आर क्यू में भी, both the things this main statement is satisfied. So the answer is option C, both SP and RQ, because in both the statements we are concluding the main statement itself that is given to us in the question also. Okay, we have to go in ordered pair situation and then we have to see if we get to the main statement, right? वो correct आना चाहिए हमेशा. Okay, done. चलो भाई, चलो 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 75 क्या बोल रहा है, प्लस प्लस को कर दो माइनस, माइनस को कर दो मल्टीप्लिकेशन, मल्टीप्लिकेशन को कर दो डिवाइड, एंड डिवाइड को कर दो प्लस. ठीक है, सो 10 प्लस, प्लस इज नेगेटिव 30, माइनस इज इंटू 100, इंटू इज डिवाइड 50, डिवाइड इज प्लस 25. सो दिस कैन बी रिटन एज 10 माइनस 30 इंटू 100 अपॉन 50 प्लस 25. दिस इज 2. So 10 minus 60 plus 25. 35 minus 60 is minus 25. 20. कुछ नहीं करना है, रिप्लेस द कोड्स, ठीक है, जो दिया है वो, सिंप्लीफिकेशन एंड गेट टू द आंसर. ओके, चलो नेक्स्ट. आई एम नॉट गोइंग क्विकली, ठीक है, दीज आर इजी क्वेश्चंस, आप लोगों को भी इस लेवल तक आना है. ओके, चलो यहाँ पे कुछ इजी है. पहले इजी क्या है, सब लाइन से ही कर लेते हैं. चलो ठीक है. सो यहाँ पे आपको दिया हुआ है विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट्स इज आर करेक्ट. लेट्स सी. एस का मतलब क्या है, पहले तो ये देखो, एस मीन्स नॉट लेस देन ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू, तो ये है 2x ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 3y. व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ टी, टी मीन्स इक्वल टू 3x इक्वल्स टू 4z. देन व्हाट इज दिस 9y, p is means greater than 9y is greater than 8z, 3x equals to 4z. मेरे को 9y चाहिए, तो आई कैन राइट दिस इक्वेशन एज 8, 3 से क्या, 6x इज ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 9y, है ना. और यहाँ से आई कैन राइट एज 6x इक्वल्स टू 8z. इफ आई यूज इट हियर, सो 8z इज ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू 9y. ठीक है, तो दिस इज नॉट कंक्लूडेड, उल्टा आ रहा है ना. फिर q इज मीन्स लेस देन, तो x इज लेस देन 2y, y इज r मीन्स नॉट ग्रेटर देन, लेस देन इक्वल टू z. देन x इज लेस देन इक्वल टू z. नाउ 2y, सो यहाँ पे मल्टीप्लाई करो इसको, दिस कैन बी रिटन एज 2y लेस देन इक्वल टू 2z. नाउ 2y, ठीक है, नाउ 2y इज ग्रेटर देन x. So x is, so 2x is less than 2z. This cannot be concluded. Neither one nor two is the answer. दोनों के दोनों नहीं हुए. Next, the code for ABCD is 1 2 3 4 given to you as 24. 24 is nothing but 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. Let me check. Next, EFGH 5 into 6 into 7 into 8, 1680. So IJKL is 9 into 10 इंटू 11 इंटू 12, ये कितना हो गया 90, ये कितना हो गया 11 12 से 11 121 132, मल्टीप्लाई करो 0, मल्टीप्लाई करोगे तो आएगा 0, 9 2 ज़ा 18, 8 1 कैरी ओवर 28 7 प्लस 1 8 2 11880 11880. Alphabetical positions का multiplication is given to you as the code 77. ठीक है. Now pot is coded as atop, trap is coded as apart, right? Pot में क्या हो रहा है, A then T then O then P. ठीक है, तो हमको बनाया अरीना. पहले तो मैं लगाऊंगा एक A, फिर जाएगा एक A, फिर जाएगा N, फिर जाएगा E, फिर R, फिर A, A A N E R A, A A N E R A, ऑप्शन डी. A is added and then rest of the things are done in reverse. Okay, चलो डन, ये भी हो गया राइट. चलो what are left, कुछ बचे हुए हैं 3 14 39 84. Suppose I can do this. क्या हो रहा है ये, थ्री है 14 39 84 star 258. The difference here is 11, difference here is 20 5 45. फिर यहाँ पे डिफरेंस, यहाँ पे डिफरेंस, यहाँ पे डिफरेंस है 14, यहाँ पे डिफरेंस है 20. डिफरेंस ऑफ डिफरेंस लगा लेते हैं एक बार, तो दिस इज +6, तो यहाँ पे +6 होता तो 26 होता, ये 26 होता तो 40 71 होता, 71 होता तो ये होता 155. यहाँ पे एक और 6 होता तो 32. द डिफरेंस शुड हैव बीन 103. 155 103 is 258, तो आंसर इज 155. ठीक है, डिफरेंस ऑफ डिफरेंस इज फॉलोइंग एवरीवेयर. डन. चलो सिंपल है, जब भी सीरीज में अटको कहीं पे यूपीएससी में सीरीज डिफरेंस ऑफ डिफरेंस चेक कर लो, मोस्टली उससे सॉल्यूशन आ जाएगा. ओके चलो लेट्स सी द नेक्स्ट वन. 80. In some code PQRST represent 4 5 10 and. ठीक है, the condition given to you is this, Q equals to 3S. दूसरा T equals to R plus S plus 3. R plus S plus 3. There are, suppose 15, अगर if T equals to 15, R plus S equals to 12, not possible. If T equals to 12, R plus S equals to 9, 4 and 5. ठीक है, तो T equals to 10, T equals to 12 fixed है. R and S will be 4 and 5. T12 already taken है, so Q equals to 3S. So 4 S can't be 4 because then Q has to be 12. That can't happen. So S equals to 5, R equals to 4, Q equals to 15 and P equals to 10. सारे के सारे मिल गए. ठीक है, now we need to find P plus R minus T. P is 10 plus R is 4 minus T 12. 14 minus 12 is 2. Okay, 80 का आंसर is 2. Done. So we have solved all the quant and reasoning questions. Now we will solve all the 27 reading comprehensions. Okay, I'll just take a break. You guys also take a short break and then we'll start the reading comprehension section. Okay, most probably we'll finish within 2 hours. Okay, bye. Chalo, let's start with the reading comprehension then, right? So first passage is this: according to the FAO, right, Food and Agriculture Organization, 1/3 of the food produced for human consumption is lost or wasted globally. Food is lost on wastage throughout the supply chain, from initial agricultural production to final household consumption. The increasing wastage also results in land degradation. Land degradation happens mainly due to deforestation, unsustainable agriculture practices, and excessive groundwater extraction. The energy spent over wasted food result in 3.5 billion tons of carbon dioxide production every year. Decay also leads to harmful emissions of other gases in the atmosphere. Addressing the loss and wastage of food in all forms is critical. Addressing loss and wastage of food in all forms is critical to complete this cycle of food sufficiency and food sustainability. Okay. Which one of the following best reflect the most logical rational inferences that can be drawn? The current method of food distribution are solely responsible for current method of distribution? No. The wastage happen throughout the supply chain from agriculture to the consumption, right? So this is wrong. So one is wrong. So this is gone, this is gone, this is gone. Answer is B directly. You don't even have to check rest. A is extreme. Directly it is incorrect. Okay. The food distribution mechanism needs to reimagined and made effective, right? This can be the assumption. That's why they have raised a issue, right? That's why this passage was written. So this is correct. One is correct. Ensuring reduction of wastage and loss of food is social and moral responsibility of all citizens. Now, social and moral responsibility, because it is all addressing the loss and wastage of food in all forms is very critical, right? Food sufficiency ke liye. Moral responsibility is not directly given to you in the passage, but it is hinted at, right? You can relate to it, right? Okay, if we don't do this, there are multiple aspects which are going wrong. So this can be assumed, right? Until unless assumption is little bit connected to the passage, and until unless it is not failing the passage, we can reasonably assume it, right? So this can be reasonably assumed. Option C, both 1 and 2. Next, let's see. चलो यहाँ पे क्या बोल रहा है? And inflation, as inflation rises, every government previously committed to budget discipline are spending freely to help households. As inflation rises, higher interest rates announced by central bank are supposed to help produce modest fiscal austerity, because to maintain stable debts while paying more to borrow, governments must cut spending to raise taxes. Without the fiscal backup, monetary policy eventually monetary policies eventually lose traction. Higher interest rates become inflationary, not disinflationary, because they simply lead governments to borrow more to pay rising debt service costs. The rise of monetary unmooring is greater when public debt rises, because interest rates become more important to budget deficits. ठीक है बाबा, समझ गए क्या पूछना चाह रहा है? Which of the following best reflect the most logical and rational inferences? Central bank cannot bring down inflation without budgetary backing. Without fiscal backup, monetary policy eventually loses traction. Correct. The effects of monetary policy depends on fiscal policies pursued by given. Also, these are interdependency of monetary and fiscal policy is given to you. तो ये हाँ correct है. Both कर लो इसको 1 and 2. Fiscal policy of government are solely responsible for higher prices. Solely do not affect. Both are. First of all, this is beyond the scope of the passage. This is not discussed, right? And this is an extreme statement. Only, solely this is responsible for higher prices. There can be many factors. So neither. C and D. Okay. So I have taught elimination methods in reading comprehension in last year's video, live video before prelims 2025. Okay, you can see that 4-hour 5-hour video and you will understand how I eliminate options, how I select options based on the terms given here. Assumption based questions, how to solve assumption based, how to solve inference based, and I use those techniques to solve these reading comprehension. Suppose you are not getting how I eliminated something, what you need to do is just invest 4 or 5 hours and you will get better at your reading comprehension. I can bet. ठीक है, क्योंकि वहां पे you will see what are the different elimination technique first of all, and then you will understand what are the meaning of these different words: implication, inference, assumption, message, crux, which are very important to understand. Okay, ठीक है, चलो let's move to this. ठीक है, today if we consider cities such as New York, London, Paris as some of the most iconic cities in the world, it is because its plans carrying a heavy systems approach were imposed on their presence. The backbone of the system theory is the process of translating social, spatial, and cultural desirables into mathematical models using computing, statistics, optimization, and an algorithm way of formulating and solving problems. The early universities of the West, which began to train professionals in planning, sports some of the most ingenious planners who were experts in these domains. This was because these very subjects were absorbed into planning curriculum that had its roots in social sciences, geography, architecture. Planning in India and its education differ from the West. So because they introduced these courses initially, they had better designers, and because of which the cities are better designed. Which one of the following best reflect the most rational and inference that can be made? Inference is conclusion. Curriculum for urban planning course should have diverse and interdisciplinary approach. This is the passage about. ठीक है, तो ये हो सकता है. Let's see. In India, city administration is under bureaucracy. We don't know beyond the scope of the passage. In India, the management of India is local affair beyond the scope of the passage. With high density of population, land development is very difficult. Generic, right? कुछ नहीं. This is directly connected. Curriculum for urban planning courses should have diverse and interdisciplinary approach. This is directly related to the passage, so this should be our conclusion here. Based on the passage, the following assumptions have been made. India needs a new generation of urban professionals with knowledge relevant to modern practices. Correct. Indian university at present have no capacity. This is extreme. You can say we differ from the West, but you can't say that we don't have any capacity. You can't make such a extreme claim. So here only one is the answer. Okay, right? Done. Now next, not every voice on internet commands the same kind of audience. When anonymous private entities with high capital can pay for more space for their opinions. Matlab, not every voice on internet commands the same kind of audience. Why? Because some people who have better capital can invest those money and they can get their opinions heard. They are effectively buying a louder voice. If political discourse in the digital sphere is a matter of outshining one's opponent till the election is won, then the quality of politics will suffer. The focus of social media is restricted to the promotion of content that generate more user engagement regardless of how inflammatory the content may be. Which of the following statement best reflect the central idea of the passage? Constructed as a marketplace of central idea of the above passage. Constructed as a marketplace of views, social media ensures instant access to information. This is not the main concern. Social media are not idle or moral institute, but products built by companies to make profit, right? How can you connect this to this? More user engagement is necessary regardless of how inflammatory is the content. Social media have been created to strengthen democracy. No connection between democracy and social media. In today's world, social media are inevitable for well-informed social life. Don't, inevitable is extreme, right? Social media are not idle or moral institutions. There are some reasons, because it is not fair for everyone. 13 done. 14, based on the above passage, the following assumption: internet is not inclusive enough. Correct. People with money can buy more space. Internet can adversely affect the quality of the politics, directly given to you in the passage. So both. ये तो directly दिए दोनों statement, you don't even have to think about it. Inclusive not enough, दिया हुआ है. ठीक है. People with money can have better, louder voices. Quality of politics suffer, directly given to you in the passage. Easy. Right? चले आगे. चलो भाई आगे करते हैं 21 से. So what is this passage? By the time, I hope all of you can see this, by the time children reach class 8, the bulk of them tend to be in the age of 13 to 15 years. But in our country, about a quarter of children in class 8 struggle with reading simple text and more than half still unable to do basic arithmetic operations like division. Even year after every year, about 25 million young boys and girls from elementary school move into the lives that is beyond compulsory schooling. They cannot enter the workforce for at least organized sector till they are 18. For many families, these children are the first from their families to ever get this far in the schools. Parents and children expect that such graduates from school will go on to high school and colleges. Hardly anyone wants to go back to agriculture. On the other hand, abilities in terms of academic competencies are far lower than they should have been based on the curriculum expected of class 8. So there are some problems with the education system, those are discussed here. चलो क्या बोल रहा है? For effective school education, parents have greater role than the government. Have they compared the roles of parents and government? No. School curriculum that conforms to today's requirement and is uniform for the entire country may address the issue brought out. First of all, school curriculum is not discussed. Effectiveness of the curriculum. अगर वहाँ पे subject पढ़ाने वो ढंग से नहीं पढ़ा रहे हो, that is the problem, right? So conference of today's requirement and uniform. And how do you know these are the requirements of today? So neither D, neither one nor two. The total eradication of poverty in country will resolve the issue. Poverty is not related to education. यहाँ पे access to education is directly there. Quality is not there. Monetary incentive to parents not discussed beyond the scope of the passage. Public policy should ensure that competencies and achievements of young people are aligned with their expectations. India is not going to take advantage of demographics unless school pass outs go back to agriculture. That is contextually wrong. People don't want to go back. These are beyond the scope of the passage. Beyond the scope of the passage. So only this option is left. One of the easier questions because all the three are eliminated easily. Right? We take it for granted now that science has a social responsibility. Science has social responsibility. The idea would not have occurred to Newton or Galileo. They thought of science as an account of the world as it is, and the only responsibility that they acknowledged was to tell the truth. The idea that science is a social enterprise is modern, and it begins at the Industrial Revolution. We are surprised that we cannot trace a social sense further back because we nurse the illusion that the Industrial Revolution ended a golden age. Okay. Which of the following statement best reflect the thinking of the author about science? Science must value the commitment of the scientist. No such things is talked about. Science is a product of civilized society and must be used for the promotion of scientific awareness. Industrial revolution was made possible by the advancement of science. Initially भी था वो तो. Science must pursue truth but responsible for the social welfare. It is talked about in this sense, where there are multiple places they have seen. Science has social responsibility. Science must pursue truth but in responsible for social welfare. Directly connected to the passage here, right? That's why answer is option D. चलो आगे चले. चलो यहाँ पे क्या क्या बोल रहा है? With science, mankind could not have conveyed answers today if the science that are unveiled determine the destiny of mankind. The horrors of modern life are the inevitable progress of the science. The aspect of truly likely to overlook the science is what man has made it. चलो ठीक है, let's see और क्या क्या पैसेज दिए हैं यहाँ पे. Local and universal value and these. Okay, चलो let's see these. चलो देख लेते हैं. 31. The history of science. The history of science is the real history of mankind. The history of science is the real history of mankind. In this striking epigram, a 19th century writer links science with its background. Like most epigrams, its power lies in emphasizing the contrast as aspect of truth, which may be easily overlooked. In this case, it is easy to overlook the relationship between science and mankind, as to treat the former as some abstract third party, which can sometimes be praised for its beneficial influences, but frequently and conveniently blamed for the horrors of the war. Science and mankind cannot be divorced from time to time at men's convenience. Yet we have seen that in spite of countless opportunities of improvement, the opening years of the present period of civilization have been dominated by international conflict. Is this the inevitable result of the progress of science, or does it falls lie somewhere else? So people start blaming science for everything, right? कि ये हुआ वो हुआ, but there are other things which can be the source of all these conflicts. Which of the following is are emphatically conveyed by the author of the passage? Without science, mankind could not have continued exist till today. Extreme. No such claim. कि without this we could not have. It is science that will ultimately determine the destiny of country mankind. Nahi. There are things. Is that the inevitable result of progress of science, or does the fault lie elsewhere? There can be something else also. So option D. Then the horror of modern life are the inevitable result of the progress of science. The aspect of truth likely to be overlooked is that science is what man has made it. Horrors of modern are inevitable result of the progress of science. We can't blame it on science, right? So option B, not A. A तो हो ही नहीं सकता, 1 तो हो ही नहीं सकता. उल्टा बात है ना, दिस इज कॉन्टेक्चुअली रॉन्ग रहा कि पैसेज इज टॉकिंग अबाउट समथिंग एल्स कि वी शुड नॉट पिन एवरीथिंग ऑन साइंस, और ये बोल रहा है द हॉरर ऑफ मॉडर्न लाइफ आर इनएविटेबल रिजल्ट ऑफ द प्रोग्रेस ऑफ साइंस. इट इज अगेंस्ट द पैसेज, सो वी कांट सेलेक्ट ए. दिस इज डन. यहाँ पे क्या है, चलो ये देख लेते हैं. Only with long experience and opening of his wares of many a beach where his language is not spoken, talking about some man explorer, will the merchant come to know the worth of what he carries, and what is parochial and what is universal in his choice. Such delicate goods as justice, love and honor, courtesy, and indeed all the things we care for are valid everywhere, but they are variously molded and often differently handled and sometimes nearly unrecognizable if you meet them in a foreign land. And the art of learning fundamental common values is perhaps the great gain of travel to those who wish to live at ease among their fellows. Values are everywhere. These are in different forms in different lands, right? When we meet other people while we travel, we learn to differentiate between imagination and understanding. No. Communities and nationality. No. Friends and foes. Local values and universal values. What are connected to land? Some values are connected to land, some values are universal everywhere. So the passage is about local values, others, and universal value. बाद में देखो क्या दिया हुआ है. With reference to the above passage, the following assumptions have been made. Trade leads to an understanding of humans. Correct. Travel helps those who wish to learn fundamental common values, right? A person with long experience in travel can resolve differences. No such talk beyond the scope of the passage. Can this lead to resolving of differences? Can be, but it is not given to us in the passage, so we can't conclude this. Other things, understanding of humans will increase. You will understand the common values also. These are given. So option A. Done? Right? Chalo. Next. ठीक है. Conventional classroom, by emphasizing fixed duration over learning effectiveness, resign themselves to variable outcomes. The tyranny of the classroom is that every learner is subjected to the same set of lectures in the same way for same duration. In the end, a few learners shine, some survive, and few shine, some survive, and the rest are left behind. After the fixed duration, the classroom model moves on with not a thought spared for those left behind. This is how we end up with 10% employability in our graduates after a decade and a half of formal education. Repeating the same ineffectual script in the realm of skill development will not produce different results. If we do the same thing in skill development which we did in education, so it can't produce different results. Which of the following statement best reflect the most logical inference that can be made from the passage? In conventional classroom learning, the central goal is duration of learning rather than attainment of competency. Conventional classroom encourage one size fits all approach and stamps out all differentiations. दूसरा क्वेश्चन क्या बोल रहा है? अगेन assumption का ही है, right? क्या बोल रहा है? As a large number of workers in our country are employed in unorganized sector, India does not need to change its present conventional classroom system of education. क्यों बात करता अगर वो नहीं करना होता तो? Even with its present conventional classroom system of education, India produces sufficient number of skilled workers. ये तो outrightly गलत है. क्यों? 10% employability है बस, तो उसके बारे में तो कमेंट कर ही नहीं सकते. सेकंड वाला तो गलत हो गया, राइट? बाकी देखो ये तो गलत ही है. As a large number of workers in our country are employed in India does not need to change its present conventional. गलत. ऑप्शन डी. ठीक है. फर्स्ट वाले में इन्फेरेंस क्या बोला, इन कन्वेंशनल क्लासरूम लर्निंग द सेंट्रल गोल इज ड्यूरेशन लर्निंग. ठीक है, ये सही है. कन्वेंशनल क्लासरूम इंक्रीज 1/5 साइज ऑल, यही तो प्रॉब्लम है. तो बोथ आर गिवन टू यू, बोथ अजम्पशंस आर ट्रू हियर, राइट. क्या देखना है अभी, 43 एंड 44. फर्स्ट लेट्स रीड द पैसेज. When a child reaches adolescence, there is apt to be a conflict between parents and the child, since the latter considers himself to be by now quite capable of managing his own affairs. We all do this, right? I still feel that this happens to me. I'm working, still my parents feel I am a small child and keep on guiding me with things. क्यों होता है ये? Let's continue. While the former are filled with parental solicitude, which is often a disguise for love of power, parents consider usually that the various moral problems which arise in adolescence are peculiarly their province. The option they express, however, are so dogmatic that the young seldom confide in them and usually go their own way in secret. ठीक है, उनकी सुनते नहीं और खुद का काम करते हैं. बेस्ड ऑन द फॉलोइंग विच ऑफ द assumptions adolescents does not feel comfortable with his parents because they tend to be dominating and assertive. Now disguise of power directly बोला है, we can connect that to the dominating and assertive nature. Correct. The adolescents of modern times does not have much respect for parents. Now respect is not discussed, right? We can't say that they don't respect, so only one. Which one of the following statement best reflect the central idea of the parents? Parents in general may not be of much help when children on their way to becoming adults. थोड़ा बहुत सही है. When children reaches adolescence, involvement of parents is unnecessary. Extreme. Modern day nuclear families beyond the scope of the passage. The modern society adolescents tend to be stubborn. Beyond the scope of the passage. No talk about the behavior, only this is correct. 44 का option A is correct. Parents in general may not be of much help because children seldom confined in them, they go their own way, they think we know better and we can do everything on our own, right? चलो आगे देखें कितना बच गया, 52 80 में अभी the reading comprehensions are left. चलो भाई खत्म करते हैं, थोड़े बहुत क्वेश्चन और है. So when an international team of scientists pumped carbon dioxide and water mixed into underground basalt rock, basic chemistry took over. The acidic mixture dissolved rocks, calcium and magnesium, and formed limestone. Basically, carbon dioxide is converted into stone, exclaimed the scientists. So this is carbon sequestration. In the question, they have asked what is implied, right? Now, they exclaimed when they found out that carbon sequestration happened. So implication means consequences. One of the consequences of this can be that this can be used as one of the methods for carbon sequestration. Natural extension of the thought. So this is the main implication here for 51 ka. It is cheap and practical beyond the scope. We can't say if it is cheap, inexpensive or expensive. They haven't talked about it. Basalt rock are made a good source of calcium. Good source, not discussed. Good rock dissolving acid can be produced by mixing carbon dioxide and water. Not the main idea, right? The main focus was when carbon dioxide was converted into stone. Carbon sequestration is the main idea here, तो उसको लेके चलना है. Now what happened? Geographers analyzed 175 satellite image of ocean color, which is an indicator of phytoplankton productivity at the ocean surface, and found that giant icebergs are responsible for storing up to 20% of carbon in the southern ocean. The researchers discovered that melting water from giant icebergs which contain iron and other nutrients supports here to unexpectedly high levels of phytoplankton growth. Which of the following are assumptions? Giant icebergs have a bearing on productive and food chain of southern ocean. Correct. Melting of giant icebergs can lead to climate change and impact world fisheries. Yes. Food chain effect होगा ना. Both are directly hinted at. C. Easy question है ये तो. जो दिया है वही पूछ लिया है. 53. Evolution has endowed caterpillars that feed on corn with a unique ability. They can induce the plant to turn off its defense against insect predators. This helps caterpillars to eat more and grow faster. The agent that causes this effect is the caterpillar's feces or frass. The find could throw new light of compounds associated with plant response to pathogens like fungi and or bacteria. Which of the following is the message? Farmers can use caterpillars to feed on weeds in their crop field. So farmers can use it, cannot be. Message is basically title. Farmers ये कर सकते हैं, cannot be title of the passage. This finding can help in the development of clinically useful antimicrobial compounds. Clinically useful फील्ड में कुछ हो सकता है, clinically नहीं. The finding can help in development of organic, ecological, sustainable pesticides. Yes, right, because chemicals के जगह you are using something else to stop the mechanism of growth. तो ये हो सकता है. Caterpillars can be genetically modified. करने की जरूरत है, they already have something which can be used, right? So this is not hinted at. तो option C, 53 का option C. In a robust democracy, reality, howsoever inconvenient it may be, finds its expression both in the speech of political leaders and the other social forms of assertion. The existence of the real has to be transparent both through its circulation in and by media as well as its argumentative articulation in deliberative democracy. A normatively responsible media, through its communication effect, has the responsibility to circulate the content of reality without distortion. Which of the following is the crux, the main argument? Responsible media should not distort the real. Somewhat this is talked of. Fake news seems inherent in the life of an inherent extreme. हो गया ना कि ये होगा ही होगा. फिर there should be no kind of restriction on the freedom of expression beyond the scope of the passage, not discussed here. Irresponsible media and political media cannot be effectively controlled. We don't know beyond the scope of the passage. But what is talked about is media should not distort the information which is given to you in the option A. So this is the best possible answer here. Elimination से this is how, this much quickly you can get to the answer. जैसे ही you see something which is not given in the passage beyond the scope of the passage, that is not talked about. ठीक है, उनको हटा दो. Extreme options, until unless the passage itself is written in extreme terms, you can remove the extreme options also, right? चलो. Nowadays is a growing trend of use of interconnected home devices. As consumers increasingly network their homes, the connected home device manufacturers and service providers will seek to overcome thin profit margins by gathering more of our personal data with or without our agreement. Breach of privacy. Turning the home into a corporate storefront. Corporate marketers will have powerful incentives to observe consumer behavior. To understand the buying needs and preferences of the device owners. ठीक है? Which of the following statement best reflect the most logical, rational and practical message implied by the passage? Knowledge of consumer behavior leads to more capital expenditure in manufacturing sector. Manufacturing sector, no talk. Knowledge and consumer behavior stimulates the growth of commerce and trade and thus help in the overcome economic development is connected to this? No. So देखो, आप इसको कर भी सकते, इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट से कनेक्ट करने की कोशिश करोगे, लेकिन थिंक, डिड द ऑथर राइट दिस पैसेज टू मेक दिस पॉइंट कि दिस कैन बी हेल्प्ड इन इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट? उसके लिए पॉइंट बनाता तो फिर इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट में कैसे कैसे हेल्प होगी, दैट शुड हैव बीन डिस्कस्ड, दैट इज नॉट डिस्कस्ड. Interconnected devices give a lot of comfort to home user and improve their overall quality of life. Again, it was not the main point to highlight the quality of life. He was trying to red flag the risk associated with these things, right? Last option padho. Interconnected devices can be at security risk and home users may have privacy risk. This is why the passage was written. So think of an option which can be related to the information in the passage. They don't want to highlight quality of life. They don't want to show you economic development. Manufacturing sector behavior they don't want to talk about. They want to talk about privacy risk and security risk by using these things, right? Chalo, let's see 63. So green growth involves rethinking growth strategies with regard to impacts on environmental sustainability and the environmental resources available to poor and vulnerable groups. In rethinking growth, we need to focus on current reality of resource constrained world, resource intensive, and in particular energy intensive processes will need to make way for more efficient and resource frugal development strategies if we are to avoid an economic dead end or a world in which only a small elite is able to enjoy affluence amid the midst of sea of poverty. So सस्टेनेबिलिटी करना है, रिसोर्स कैसे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना है, उन सब चीज़ों पे ध्यान रखना है, एफिशिएंसी बढ़ानी है, ऑल दोस थिंग्स आर डिस्कस. व्हाट इज द मेन आर्गुमेंट? Environmental sustainability is important for GDP. Have they connected GDP with sustainability? No. Poverty eradication is not possible without rapid economic growth and environmental degradation. Passage is talking about these things. We need to save environment. He is saying we can't do anything without environmental degradation. Wrong. Maintaining high environmental standard is now a prerequisite for achieving the steady, sufficient and inclusive growth. This is what is talked about in the passage. With large population, rampant poverty and limited resources in today's world, environmental degradation cannot be prevented. Again, incorrect. Against the passage, right? The passage wants us to save the environment. They are saying we can't save the environment. तो ऐसे कैसे होगा? उनके against तो नहीं जा सकते. The information given to you in the passage itself, right? So 63 is done. 3-4 क्वेश्चन और बचे, निपटाते हैं वो भी. चलो 71, 72, 73. तो 73 इज अ क्वांट क्वेश्चन. क्या? चलो रह गया था, कर लेंगे. ठीक है. यहां पे अनलाइक रिलीजन, साइंस, पोएट्री डज नॉट posit or expect any belief in absolute truth. Those forces or individuals who claim to have absolute truth in their grasp tend to turn dictatorial or tyrannical. Truth usually does not admit any contradictions or imperfections. It is Unitarian. It is therefore not of much use for poetry. ठीक है, because there are no contradictions and imperfections. Poetry abides by the plurality of life and existence. Perhaps poetry follows reality which is plural, anachronistic, full of contradictions. Against the tyranny of truth, poetry remains a partisan of democratic reality. ठीक है, truth versus poetry is going on in the passage. Against the arrogance of power, wealth and hierarchy, poetry proposes both humility and defiance. Which of the following statement is most logical? Message. Title क्या रख सकते हो इस passage का? It is poetry, not science or religion, which recognize and accepts imperfections in humans. Religion का तो कोई बात ही नहीं है ना, हटाओ. Truth is revealed through science or religion, and poetry is anathema of truth. Poetry is romantic, imaginary, and is about feeling, whereas science and religion is about truth. In a world of violence, tyranny, and bigotry, poetry is a form of dynamic resistance, which is completely different from rest of the things available to you. D. Moderate options choose करना है हमेशा. ठीक है, passages में moderate options are correct most of the time. Extreme options नहीं. The flower was not invented to please us. It flaunted its petals and spread its perfume to attract the insect. The insect carries the pollen from flower to flower so that the pollen is not carried away by wind and thus not wasted. What we call a flower's beauty is merely the byproduct of human invention. Because we thought it's beautiful, वो बन गया वैसे. It was there for a purpose. The perfume is not there to please us. It pleases us because it is there. We have been conditioned to it. ठीक है. Based on the above passage, the following assumptions have been made. The author of the passage believes the flower or creation of luxury? No. It is there for a purpose. So this is incorrect. The author of the passage does not believe in the usefulness of flower expressed as thing of beauty. Again galat. Option D, neither. ठीक है, डन. लास्ट क्वेश्चन है, ये निपटाते हैं एंड देन वी आर डन विथ इट. ठीक है, 2 घंटे में हो गया क्योंकि इजी पेपर है. पॉज कर करके सॉल्व करना, सॉल्यूशंस देखना. इफ देयर आर एनी डाउट्स ऑलवेज यू कैन कनेक्ट, राइट? ऑलवेज यू कैन कनेक्ट विथ मी. ठीक है, इसमें एनालिटिकल रीजनिंग, लेट मी सी इफ आई कैन गिव यू माई QR कोड. सो दिस इज द QR कोड. ठीक है, इफ यू वांट टू कनेक्ट विथ मी फॉर एनी ऑफ योर डाउट्स यू कैन डायरेक्टली कनेक्ट विथ मी हियर ऑन दिस टेलीग्राम चैनल, राइट. चलो अभी लेट्स सॉल्व द लास्ट नंबर क्वेश्चन 73. इफ एज ऑफ P and Q इज लेस देन 100 एंड मोर देन 10, तो मतलब टू डिजिट है P and Q both. If you interchange the digit of the age of P and Q, the number represent the age of Q. ठीक है, तो अगर P is AB, तो this is BA. What is the difference in their ages? Difference in their ages AB minus BA या BA minus AB, तो ये क्या हो जाएगा 10A plus B minus 10B minus A, 9 of A minus B और 9 of B minus A. ये हमको पता करना है. The age of P is greater than the age of Q. P is greater than Q. तो P minus Q निकालना है. The sum of their ages is 11/6. The sum of their ages, तो मतलब ऐड करेंगे तो क्या आएगा 11A plus B is 11/6 times difference of their age A minus B. 6A plus 6B equals to A minus B. तो ये क्या हो गया 9 भी तो होगा. 11/6 डिफरेंस क्या होगा 9AB होगा ना, अभी हमने एक क्वेश्चन में किया भी था. 9A minus B होगा, है ना. 9A minus B ऊपर लिखा भी तो है, तो ये क्या होगा 3/2. तो 2A plus 2B equals to 3A minus 3B. A equals to 5B. If you can see A equals to 5B from the second statement. Now if B equals to 1, B equals to 1, A equals to 5. ठीक है, तो 51 और 15 हो गया. 51 और 15 हो गया इसमें, है ना. 51 और 15 हो गया, तो इसी सेकंड स्टेटमेंट से यू कैन टेल यू मी द डिफरेंस, डायरेक्टली आ जाएगा. द क्वेश्चन कैन बी आंसर्ड बाय यूजिंग वन ऑफ द स्टेटमेंट अलोन, राइट. तो ये खत्म हो गया हमारा पेपर, डन. वेरी हैप्पी न्यू ईयर टू ऑल ऑफ यू. ठीक है, so I am in Bangalore. Here people call it like Hosha Varshada Subhasha Galu, right? Ilaregu. So happy new year everyone. Have a great year ahead. I hope for the best for all of you, right? We will meet next week where we will solve the next paper. Let's see, है ना. तब तक if you have any doubt you can always connect to me through this Telegram channel, right? कुछ भी quant, reasoning, reading comprehension, any of the section, if you are having any problem, if you don't know how to strategize in CSAT, we can always connect, right? Chalo, have a great week. We'll meet next week. Up to that point, have a great time. Bye bye. Keep studying, keep working hard. Bye. Take care.